It's been almost 4 months since the murder trial of Brian Koberger came to an end with a plea deal, a deal that put Koberger in prison for life with no chance of appeals or parole. Steve Goncalves, the father of Kaylee, one of the four students murdered in their off-campus house in Moscow, has been very vocal during the investigation and the trial. I spoke with Steve to see how he and his family are doing during this difficult month of November, the same month the murders happened. Steve, how are you doing? How are you and your family doing?
We've been moving on to a lot of different projects, just trying to stay positive and keep what momentum that we have. We're not dealing with the courts anymore, so we just moved on to the organization. Chrissy started an organization in Kaylee's name.
An organization, Steve says, helps other families if they ever find themselves in a dark place, helping them with things they might not know, things they themselves learned during this very difficult time surrounding their daughter's death. November is an extremely tough time for the family as the murders took place just weeks before Thanksgiving. Steve says Kaylee loved Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving was one of Kaylee's favorites. She loved to have the over-the-top options of ridiculous amount of food, and everyone was forced to sit down and go through that whole thing while football was playing in the background, and the girls were like playing board games and stuff like that. So we'll still do it in honor of her and knowing that that's what she would want us to do.
While he's mostly stayed out of the spotlight since his last day in court, the story is still the focus of public attention, including the announcement of a Lifetime movie about the Idaho murders. Goncalves is not happy about it, but says he's at least grateful some members of the film crew have kept them informed as to what the movie would look like.
So we heard about it quite early on, and then those same individuals reach out with some photos and tell us, this is the kind of stuff I don't want to be a part of. It's pretty upsetting to see somebody labeled as your daughter, and they're dressed up as if, this is something that is entertaining. It's not entertaining for us. You have something like that happen, and then you talk to legal counsel and say, what options do we have? And there's really not much you can do but just take it. So I guess maybe just talking to you is one way that we can let people know that, hey, if you see this, don't support it.
Steve told me he wanted to thank everyone in the Treasure Valley for supporting him and his family. It means a lot.